Oh, yeah, no more, thank you. Okay. So, very unfortunately, last time we had the Dharma talk, but no one, no one appeared. No one appears, unfortunately. Some kind of misunderstanding happened. Well, that is all right. Nothing matters. So, in ancient era, there was a person. There was a person named Compulsion, named Compulsion, who prayed, at the what's that? No, utai, utai. See, when you may know much about, you may not know much about the Nongaku. See, this is traditional Japanese dancing. Dancing. So when the no prayer, no prayer performed no. Person who just prayed no what is it? あれ何でしたっけあ、歌い。歌い just accordance with what the no prayer performed. See? This is utai. This is a kind of singing a song. So. Then he was very famous. He was very famous at the utai prayer. Utai prayer. One day, his teacher required him to do zazen at the Daitoku temple in Kyoto. Then he went to Daitoku temple and he sincerely practiced zazen. One day, his master named Shuoku invited him to have a tea. Then he just went to his master's room, and then his master just made a tea and they served him tea. Then when after he just drank the tea, his master said, what was taste like? See? Then he just answered, Kisaki. When we have a meal, I become me. Then it was at a time in Kyoto. The outside is snowing. Then he just say, when I just carefully take a look at the snow, there is nothing blacker than snow. There is nothing blacker than snow. This is his answer. Then his master satisfied his revelation. You see, this is a very important thing. As far as we just practice the zazen, in order encounter our true self. See? What people thinking about, what people think about snow is white. But this is not a truth. This is not a truth. See, people just decided. People just decided. This snow is white. See, snow, snow itself never say white. See, snow itself never say white. White. Only people say. Only people decided snow is white. See, this is a totally misunderstanding. People never say white. See, this misunderstanding, this misunderstanding is causes this misunderstanding causes trouble, question, problem. All those things is never say anything about. People decide this is this, this is this. People decided ways by thinking of a story or a concept. But that is not a reality. That is not the truth. Never be deceived. Never be deceived. See, when I face this, when I face this, I simply become this. This is reality. You see, there is no concept. You see, no thinking or the thought. Never be interviewed. Never enter. Never intervene. You see, just as it is. When you see the snow, see, you just become snow. See, that's the reality. See, it is not concerned with white or black or red or anything. As it is. That's reality. That's reality. So today we go back to today's takes 75. When you drank the tea, see, it's the same things when as far as practice, you see, just as it is, just as it is, just see this, then what you recognize this. See, recognition just come out. Then you recognize this. You see, this what you think about never exists because you recognize this. Because you recognize this. See? A kind of a person just come out. Never be deceived. See? Before recognize this, before you recognize this, see what you think about the self or ego never exists. Never exists. Okay, this is very important. See? So this is the once you just realize this, then you you'll be you'll be able to be you'll be able to satisfy with everything. See, because what you think about the self or the ego never come out, never come out. See, so you feel very good. You feel very ease with everything. See, this is that. This is that. Okay. Then once again is just a teacher with 75. See, you set a goal, you let yourself go for it, and there is a sign that you are going for it. See? When you just, what it says, when you make a plan, or make a schedule, whatever. See, when you make a saying that's it. That just activity is just something like making fun. That's it. But you just recognize what you're doing. Then you and the things you are just making the plan is separate by thinking out. So then so many so many things just come out in your mind. See, this is not a real, this is not a truth. The reality is simply just making up. See, you see, this is reality. See, the things just come out in your mind. Is not a truth. Is not a truth. See, never be the same. The simply, see, the truth, reality is just you making up. Just simply. See, this is very important thing. You set a goal, you let yourself go for it, and there is a sign that you're going for it. See, then the things is just making from whatever. See, as long as these are the condition, this state, this thing is only. See, only you attach the what you are just making a plan. See, you never attach. You never attach what you make, what you make a plan. See, you just simply you just make a plan. That's it. The finish. And but as far as people are concerned, never end. See, when you, as I just mentioned, when you just make a plan, at the same time, at the same, so many things just come out in your mind, and then you attach what the thinking and thought to come out in your mind. See, this causes trouble. This causes trouble. Reality. Reality is just simply making a plan. That's it. See, as long as you do, as long as you do, see, you never attach what you make a plan. See, you never care much about anything, but you just as long as you attach the what thinking or thought come out in your mind, then kind of attachment just come out. See, that's it. See, our activity is what you call it, our other activities, and nothing concerned with what we think of. We think of the self or ego. You see, nothing concerned with. See, then then you once you just came out about, once you came out about to thinking of thought, then kind of attachment just come out. That's the nature. When you're just making fun, when you're just making fun, without, without what you he, he's a professional. He's a professional. Okay. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Right? Okay. Okay. So you feel as if there is something else going on other than what you are doing now. So you start to ask, see, as I just mentioned, the reality is just doing, just making a plan. That's it. That's it. This is a reality. It's nothing more, nothing less. See, and the finish completely. Nothing left. But as far as people are concerned, then then the people recognize what what we have done. Then see kind of a separation between the what we have done and what you think about the self or the ego, and then kind of the thinking also just start and so many so many so many thinking also to come up in your mind. This is another reality. This is another truth. See, reality is already completely finished, already completely finished, and nothing left at all. See, nothing left at all. Okay. Have some tea. Have some tea. What is going on? If you think with your head, you will come up with various kind of tea. Yeah? Origin, type, taste, and ways to prepare them. Way to prepare them. There is no other than the thoughts and what you are touching right now. There is no need to search for what you are touching now. So that's as I mentioned about. You see, simple is when you just drink tea, and then finish. That's the end. See, that's the end. this is a very important thing. So one thing I just want to mention. You see, when you drink tea, see, you simply become a taste of tea. So you never be able to find out what kind of taste it is. See, because you simply become, see, taste itself. See, you just become a taste of tea itself. You never be able to just recognize what taste it is. Then you just recognize, then you just had the idea of it. That is another truth. See what's happened. What happens when 10 there is 10 people just drink the same tea. But the people say different. people say this is this kind of stage. This is because people say different things. See, all the people just drink the same tea. All the people just drink the same tea. Why does the people say the different taste? You see, what do you think about? The same tea. People just drink the same tea. So people say exactly the same taste. People never, the people say so, but people say the different taste. This is a very important thing. That is the taste of thinking, taste of the concept. That is not a real taste. Real taste is become one. You never be able to find out what taste is. Then finish without knowing what taste is. But see, without knowing, without awareness, what taste, what awareness of what taste is. See, this is such a wonderful thing. See, without knowing what taste is, this one is, we'll be able to recognize what taste is completely. See, we'll be able to understand what I say. See, without knowing, this one will be able to just know much about what it is. You see, without knowing, we never just mix up the taste of the tea and taste of beer, taste of sake, taste of whiskey. we never, we never misunderstand. We never misunderstand. See, this was such a tremendous thing you have. See, that's reason. See, you have such such tremendous things. So if you can use this one, if you can use this one as you want to, see, that would be such a wonderful thing. See? That's the Shakyamuni Buddha just ask us to do. Once you just realize what it is, then you'll be able to just make use of this one as you want. Freely. So, so this is a more like a universe. This one is more like a universe. So you can just make use of the universe. This is the most the powerful things, the most powerful things. So you can just make over universe as you want. Okay. Very good. When we use the word zazen and practice, we feel as if there is something else to do beside what you are doing now. So this is very important thing. See what are the Jinen Roshi just to teach us? When see when people just thinking about the practice, who are doing it zazen, see people just think about those things as a special special things. But what's zazen is when when I face this, when I face this, I just become this. See, see, without doing anything. This is zazen. You see, these things you can do it anywhere, anytime. This is very good. Zazen is not a special thing. Zazen is not a special thing. You see, what's the zazen is? What's the zazen is? Whenever just as I just always mentioned. You see, the thinking or thought, whatever thinking or thought come out in your mind. Simply just release them as it is. This is enough. The more you just the more you just do, or the more you just release the thinking thought as the see, you just become. See, the things you feel. ご飯ご飯お昼excuse me 何
皆さん3名ともご飯です。
はい、4名。
今日お出かけですよ。
お出かけですか今
日。
誰上僕にお出かけでした。
いやいや、大丈夫。食べます。
はい。
excuse me, sorry to say. So, see, the more you just release the thinking of thought, see, as the more you just become this. See, become this age. See, you are very much kindly, very friendly, very sincerely with your six senses. See, with six senses. The things for eyes, things for the sounds for ears, the smell for the nose. See, you just become as it is, as there. See, this is that. See, the thinking, only thinking and the soul just blocked all the others between this and this. Before thinking or just the thought come out, we are exactly as it is. There is no separation, no discretion between this and this. See, then you, as I just mentioned, as I already mentioned, then you go nine day. Then kind of separation just come out. See, but this is a misunderstanding. That is a misunderstanding. There is, even that you think there is a separation, between this and, but that's a misunderstanding. There is no separation, always no separation at all. But people never be able to just understand that. That's the reason we have to do something. As I just mentioned about, the more you just release the thinking or thought as the more you just become positive. You see, this is that. This is that. So when you just drink, when you just drink your tea, see, when you just, Kazan say, is that a tea or beer?
Coffee.
Oh, whiskey.
It's coffee.
Coffee.
Sake.
Sake. No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay. So when you drink a coffee, you simply just become coffee itself. You see, but you see what the people just think about. The taste of the coffee and what you think about the self or ego, what difference? This is totally misunderstanding. You just become a coffee. See, you, your whole body become coffee itself. See, this reality would like to just ask you just experience. Your whole body, your whole things become coffee itself. See? No separation at all. See, that's much we'd like to ask you to do that. See, simply just become as it is. See, nothing what you think about self or ego. Enter, intervene. See, simply become as it is. As it, yeah. Okay, this is a very important thing. Okay, when we use the word all the reason is that the thoughtfulness and discretion as shinishiki, the function of the mind, the sensation, discrimination, cognition, Rensokan, consciousness, thought, use have not stopped. See, so that as long as thinking, or as long as you thinking about the things, just oh, I, I have, I must say, see, as long as you are thinking or the thoughts never be stopped. See, so many things just come out in your mind. See, the thinking or thought is never be the problem at all, never be questioned at all. See, thinking or thought is just come out in your mind without any reason, without any reason. See, the thing is what people thinking about is see, there is a kind of substance, so-called what you think about the self or ego. Then this kind of the existence think of or think of, and then thinking or thought come out. This is totally misunderstanding. This is totally misunderstanding. Thinking or thought just come out without any reason. See, without what you think about the self or ego, without just like yeah, bubble in the river. Bubble in the river. See? Just like a bubble in the river. Just come out without what you think about the substance. See what you think about the self or the ego. Just come out. See, without a reason. See, so why you have to why you have to care about such a thing? See, without common, without reason, simply just thinking sort of come out. Just like when you see this, see, you can see this. See, when you see this, you can see this. Exactly same function without doing anything. Without doing it. See, we when you see just when you just see this, you just become this. When you see this, you just become this. Just just say without any reason, without any reason. The thinking and thought are exactly same function. Thinking and thought just come out without any reason. Just come out. Just coming out in your mind. That's it. So that we don't need to just care much about or deal with the such things. But people, people always care much about. They try to deal with, deal with the thinking or thought. That's causes trouble. That's causes question. That's a problem. Only this. Only this. Nothing else. Nothing else. This is only any reason without any reason. Simply just thinking of the coverage. Always just care much about deal with what it is. What it is. It's useless. Totally in vain. Never be besieged. Okay, the reason is sort of, oh yes, whatever. Thoughtfulness and the discretion make us ask many things. See? As long as you just care much about the thinking of thoughts coming out without any reason, it's causes trouble. And so many thinking just the more more much the thinking of thought come out. See, as long as you just care much about those. See, simply release them as this is totally enough. This is done. If you just if you sincerely just encounter to yourself, this way you'll be able to do it. See, only this way, never care much about anything. Simply just release the any kind of thinking or thought. This is enough. This is enough. Being so, when you sit, if you stop it, that things is really only present as that thing. That is doesn't properly transmitted. This is doesn't. What are the game is just simply set. Simply set, and then in a sense, the Zen Master Dogen as Zen Master Dogen teaches, just open, just simply open six senses. But see, even just the when you shut your eyes, but see the function of the eyes never stop, never stop. See, when you open the eyes, see, that is a function. Those things just come out. Is a reality of reality of the eyes at that time. When you shut the eyes, see the things just come out the eyes at that time. See, doesn't matter, doesn't care much about shutting openly. But why the master just don't just teach us something like open the eyes is when you shut the eyes, when you shut the eyes, so many ideas, so many thinking of my innocence ideas just come out. See, they compare with when you just open, the eyes. That's reason. And then one more thing, when you shut the eyes, you easily fall in sleep. fall in sleep. See, that's the reason. That's the reason that you'll be able to just understand something like that. That's easy enough. Okay. So. And then, as I just mentioned, you simply just sit. Then, thoughts in your mind. See, you simply release them as it is. This is it. Continue constantly, you do that. So you just become, as I just mentioned, but as it is, as it is, as it is. See? The six senses just to teach you who you are. Six senses that teach you who you are. When you just become this. So the things just to teach you. The things just sound just prove you who you are. Taste just prove you who you are. Taste the smell just prove you who you are. Perception just prove you who you are. This is that. Then eventually, there is no separation between everything and what you think about the self, ego. Then you'll be able to just realize who you are. This is that. Okay. You start to ask questions based on some way of thinking. This is why it is said, be careful not to inquire. Just all of you should be stopped. I really want to people discrepancy between thought and you see, this is very important thing. The more you just sitting, the more you'll be able to understand the difference between thinking and reality. Thinking and reality. What people thinking about thinking is a reality. Thinking is a reality. See? That is not true. That is true. Why people just think why people have to just think about the thinking of soul is reality. people don't know much about before thinking or thought come out. They don't know much about that. In other words, they don't know much about recognition. They don't know much about that. What people know, they understand or know much about after recognition. After recognition is not true. Before recognition, when I just face this, I just simply become this. This is this is before recognition. See, then you just recognize this. Then there is a certain separation between this and this. See, before recognition, everything just done. Everything has done without what you think about the self or ego. Oh, totally. And then recognize and recognition just come out, and then there is a certain. This is not true. That this is not. But the people don't know much about before recognition. So people easily just be deceived by thinking and thought, unfortunate. But doesn't. If you can just sincerely do something, you'll be able to just this kind of trick. Once you just recognize, once you just realize that before recognition, you'll be able to see through this kind of trick. Then you never be deceived by thinking or thought. You see, you are completely free from everything. And this is okay. When you drink time of this is still more. When you drink a cup of tea, there is only the taste and the appearance. It does not cause suffering. You see, when you drink a tea, see, you just simply become taste of tea itself. Then end. Nothing trouble come out in your mind. Then you just recognize what you just drink. Then so many thinking come out. See, then it's cause you trouble. See, not only tea, not only tea, but any other activity, any action, what people are doing. See, very fortunate, very fortunate. See, before you recognize, see, everything have been done without awareness, without awareness. As long as you never be aware of what you are doing, what you have done, there is no problem, no problem. There is no problem, no question, no suffering, whatever. See, that is our true self. That is our true self. After recognition is after recognition, what you think about the self or the ego is just creation of a think. That's the creation of a thinking or thought. That is another truth. That is another reality. Never be deceived. Never be deceived by thinking or thought. That's a creation of a thinking or thought. Right. It causes trouble. Okay, when you drink a cup of there is only the taste and the appearance. It does not cause suffering. Generally speaking, people don't think it's a profit. As I just mentioned. See? What practice is. What practice is, what doesn't is. See? Thinking is. Thinking thought words. Thinking thought causes trouble or question. But the thing is, even thinking a thought never just causes trouble over the question. But thing is, once you recognize this one as what you think about the self or ego. Once you recognize this, because you just recognize this one is self or the ego, this is a total problem. This is a total problem. Thinking of something is not a problem. Thinking of thought, as I just mentioned before, this simply just come out without any reason. That's it. But you just once, you recognize that. Then at the same time, you recognize this one as what you think about the self and ego. This causes trouble. Only this causes trouble. Before you recognize the thing, see, what you think about the self or ego never exists. Never exists. Oh, very fortunate. Very fortunate. What people just think about, see, what people just think about, people just destroy, destroy what you think about the ego. But that's it. That's quite useful because what you think about the ego never exists. Only that is the creation of thinking. But so never exists because we just recognize this. It is still you recognize this. That's it. Ego is a kind of ego what you think about the people. What is the people think about. Okay. When you touch the flower, when you touch a flower, that's all that happens. No one thinks that this is a practice. So, what Jinen Roshi just teach us is, see, you just think, so, whatever. So, as I just already mentioned, whatever just thinking or thought just come out. Simply just release the answer. This is enough. So then you just become, you can do the Jinen mentioned about when you touch the flower, that's all that happens. No one think that this is a thought. This is practice because we don't think so. We think a lot of things with a lot of thought. Practice is another way of thinking. Practice is another the way of thinking. We can just act. We can just act without what you think about self or ego. Right now, we can just act without what we are thinking about the self or ego. Why? Oh, you may say, you may say, our activity is universal. See, as the Zen Master Dogen just teach us. See, if you seek for who we are, then if you seek for who we are, you will be able to find it to be complete and universal. That is true ourselves. That is true ourselves. Right. That's reason. That's reason. Until we just we can just encounter true ourselves. Our our true self is such a huge, uncountable existence. So that we have to do that. Right. That's it. Okay. Most of the teaching of the current sort of school like that. You just have to sit in this way. They are all converted into concept. See, unfortunately, our sort of sex just becomes sort of sex doesn't become something like just sit. That is enough. Just sit. That's enough. But that is not enough. See, if you just as long as you just encounter through yourself, just sit. Then whatever just thinking as just as the Zen master Dogen that teaches. Whatever thinking or thought come out in your mind, simply just release. Then as the this is us. This is us we have to do. We have to. Otherwise, we never be able to encounter our true self. You see? Simply we do. Simply we do. And that is enough. Okay, the truth of the self and the truth of the self as a fact, the Buddhist Buddha Dharma, and that we have now is being destroyed. It's foolish, it's pitiful. See, because people just try to do that with concept or concept. This is totally misunderstood. Our existence, our true self is nothing concerned with concept or thinking or thought. So that's the reason just they release the thinking or thought. Then you'll be able to realize who you are. Okay, the truth of the self as a fact, Buddhist way of finish. If one mind is not the truth of the self is nothing other than what is happening right now in the present time. If one mind is not arising, then myriad dramas can be without brain. However, every now and then, as long as the one instant of the consciousness does not arise, then every place, every moment, everything is proof of its own. That's how clear it is. Okay. See, the whole problem is only one. Only. See, just thinking or thought come out in your mind without any reason. So as I just mentioned, you don't need care much about what is. See, you don't need to deal with what it is. See, simply release them as it is. This is totally enough. But what people just try to do is just hold it, grasp it, and try to deal with what it is, what it is. This is whole problem. Only this thing. If you can just simply just release these the things, the thinking also coming out in your mind. See, nothing happens. Nothing the problem, nothing question happens. Only this one. Only this. See, the thing is, the problem is, the question is, you just hold, you just grasp it, just the grasp the thinking of a thought coming up in your mind without any reason, without, see, that's kind of useless things, useless or things that people are just doing. That's cause us trouble. Only that's it. That's it. Only that. Okay. The truth of says nothing else than what is happening right now. In the present, if one mind, if one mind, okay. However, every now and then, as long as the one is the word, that's how clear it is. Very simple. Our what the people thinking about the question, trouble, problem, so-called suffering, is the only one, only one cause. See, the, the, the thinking of thoughts come out in your mind without any reason. You just see, you can just release it as it is. It's never cause you any. It's never cause you any problem, any suffering. Only this. Very recent, very fortunate. But what people just doing is just chat, chat. Only the, you see what the Shakyamuni Buddha realized is so the helpful for us. You see? Only this result simply just come out thinking or so just come out in our mind without anything. So we don't need to care much about it at all. But people just care much. Only this. Okay. Therefore, it has been created in such a way that it doesn't not need to be preserved or discarded. See, simply just do them as it is. See, this is totally enough. But it's very difficult. It's very easy. It's very easy to say, but quite much difficult to see. People just always try to do anything with by thinking of thought. See, as I just mentioned, our activity is nothing concerned with the thinking of thought. Yeah? Nothing concerned with the thinking of thought. So just release the thinking of thought as it is, this is enough. But for people, it's so much difficult to do. That's the reason we have to do that. Okay. All the sages, let us only make the fluest, fluest effort in the present time. The state of the affair now is not the content of what we are about to create. Doesn't is That is a direct encounter with itself. See? Zazen is a direct encounter itself. See? See? As I just mentioned about. See? When you do Zazen, see? Whatever the thinking was supposed to come out in your mind, you just release it as there. Then what's going to happen? What's happening is, see, when you the things just come out in your eyes, come into your eyes, the sounds just come out, come into your the ears. See, the smell taste come out to the nose, or the mouth, or the heart, and the all the kinds of the perception just come out in your body, or the thinking just come out in your mind. Only this function, totally enough. You see, you just become. The more you just become the more you become a function itself, the more you just become a function itself. Then eventually, as I just mentioned, that there is no separation between the things and what you think about yourself. And then eventually, even there is what there is nothing, and nothing existence of what there is nothing existence of what you think about the self or ego. Right. Very clear, very clear. So these things we have to do. We have to do only only one occasion. Only occasion. Within our life, within see, we have to do this now. See, what true self is. What true self is entirely different from what you always think about the self or ego. Entirely different. As the master just Dogen just teaching us. Our true self is complete and universal. Complete and universal. Hi. More, this is his experience. So definitely true. Definitely true. So the thing is whether you can you have to do or not. The thing is whether you can do or not. See? If you can do it, you'll be able to just realize what the Zen Master Dogen just realize. Exactly sense. Exactly sense things are what the as the Shakyamuni Buddha realized. Same thing. No different at all. See? So that's the see? You have to do you have to do this. This does it within 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 your life. Right. Okay, thank you so much, Kazan-san. So, oh, Nelson, anytime of your line. See, we have been waiting for you. See, anytime. Like Kazan-san, maybe after examination of the law school, see, you'll be able to just come to Japan to sit with them. Okay, thank you so much.
I will.
So,
Gracias.
Gracias, muchas gracias, muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much. ありがとうございます。
ありがとう。
ありがとう。What about any question? That's it. More. More, please.
More, please.
Nothing.
Would you like me to ask a question?
Excuse me?
Would you like a question?
Oh. Without.
You would like me to ask a question?
No. Oh, it's up to you. If you have any question.